Hi, I'm Scott Berry. I'm a broker associate on Janet Berry's luxury home team at Premier Plus Realty in beautiful Naples, Florida. Today, I'm going to be giving you a market report for Stonebridge Country Club. Today is December 10th. And I usually like to give 9-10 days or so into the month before we go into the market report. That gives enough time for realtors to close sales and things like that in our MLS to make sure that we have good market data. We are using completely live data today. So if any of the numbers that we go over today look any different tomorrow, or if they differ from what our board of realtors puts out, that's why, because we're working with completely live data. I'm going to be going through right on our website. We're going to be going through everything completely live today. Nothing scripted or nothing saved. So that's why numbers may change as we go forward. So let me tell you a couple things. First of all, we are going to be going through the real estate market in Stonebridge Country Club in great detail. I'm also going to give you a couple other things. First of all, one of the questions that I get at least on a daily basis is, how is the market in Naples? And I always say it's fantastic. It's always fantastic for somebody, depending on if you're the buyer or the seller. So I'm going to show you how to figure out in less than 5 seconds if we are in a buyer's market or a seller's market. I'm going to tell you how to get that information and how to determine that very quickly. And secondly, at the end of this video, stick around. I'm going to show you how you can quickly determine how Stonebridge Country Club stacks up with the rest of North Naples and all the live data for that as well. So you'll be able to see how all your numbers compare with the rest of North Naples. So let me just show you where to go. First of all, if you type in www.yourstonebridge.com, that's going to bring you to our Stonebridge website. You've hopefully seen this before. This is the web page you can go to that you can always see live data, all the homes that are currently for sale in Stonebridge. You'll see that there are 14 homes for sale right now, but towards the top here, you see a big button that says click to view the Stonebridge statistics, or you can go to stonebridge-stats.com. This is going to bring you right to the live website. This page is really awesome. It's completely live data. It's interactive, and you have just about every real estate statistic that you can possibly think of. You will see out here all the time. Any day that you want to go out here, you can see all the live data for Stonebridge. And also we have another website called naplesstatistics.com where you can see all Naples-wide statistics as well. And then we do have Naples broken up into 5 different statistical areas that you can break it out as well. North Naples being one of those statistics. Incidentally, I just wanted to bring up one thing. The North Naples, we're looking at the month of November right now, and I just looked very quickly at the month of November at the appreciation statistics. People always want to know what kind of appreciation their properties are showing when you're living in Naples, and North Naples was right up there on the top. The Naples beaches were actually had the most appreciation in the last year, but North Naples was right behind them. And I'm going to put the slide up at the end of this as well so you can see how that worked out. But let's get started. We're just going to start right at the top. The first graph that you're going to see is new listings, and everything that we're going to look at today is by property type. So everything, again, this is interactive, so you can use your mouse and look back at different months or whatever. Right now, if we look at November, we're always going to show overall statistics for Stonebridge Country Club, and then we've also broken them out by single family homes and condos. So this is our new listings, the first graph that you come to, and you'll see that in the month of November there were no single family home listings in November, but there were 6 condos that were listed in the month of November. And if we go back and look in my detailed market report that I'll be sending out in the next couple days, I do always compare the data to the month prior, and then we go back a year prior as well. So as far as new listings go, with 6 new listings in the month, that's about 14% decrease compared to last month, and it's about a 25% decrease compared to a year ago. So 6 new listings in November in Stonebridge Country Club. Total sales, this is great. This tells us everything that's sold in November. There were 2 single family homes that sold, and there were 0 condos that sold in the month of November. And again, if we back up just 1 month, you'll see that last month there were 3 condos that sold and no single family homes. So that's about a 33% drop in the number of closed sales, and it's a 100% drop over, it's a 100% increase over last year, because there was only 1 closed sale in November of last year. Average days on the market, again, if we just hover over November, which is the last month on this chart, and these charts are going to update each day, and then at the end of the month you'll be able to see, at the end of this month you'll be able to see all the November data, and then we're going to roll it up for the entire year and do a detailed market report for 2020, as well as looking at the forecast for 2021 as well. So average days on market, this statistic is kind of out of whack right now, since we only had 2 homes that sold in November. But statistically, the average days on the market in November was 13 days, which is an 88% decrease compared to last month, because last month we had average days on the market was 106 days. So again, with only 2 sales happening, the days of market is a funny statistic at that point. It's a 95% decrease if we compare it to last November. Now, if we look at the closed sale price, median and average are going to be pretty much the same, again, since there were only 2 sales. Our average median closed sale price was $610,500, which is fantastic. In October, the median sale price was $225,000, and that was for condos, since there were no single family homes sold in October. So if we go back a year, back to November 2000, I went back too far. November 2019, the median sale price was $345,000 a year ago. And if we look at the average sales, again, with only 2 sales, they're going to be pretty much the same. $610,500, the average closed sale. And then last month, the average closed sale was $220,000, a little bit less than the median. And then the November should be exactly the same. Yeah, $345,000 was the average closed sale price. So it's great. If you look at the graph statistically, it's going up and down, but prices are headed in the positive direction. And as you can see, obviously when supply is short, supply and demand tells us that the upward pressure is going to be on the pricing, and we'll talk about that a little bit more in a second. Average percent of list price paid. If we hover over November, we are at 98.8% of the asking price for the sale price. And last month we were at 96.3%, if we go over that. So that's about pretty close. we're like 3 points off on that. And then if we go back a year, it looks like we're about an increase of 1% over a year ago, 98.6%. So yeah, we're up 1 percentage point on that. The number of pending sales right now, we have 4 single family homes went pending in November and 5 condos. So we have 9 properties that are pending sale in Stonebridge right now, which is great. Pending sales for last month, we only had one pending sale, which is October. We had one condo pending sale. So obviously this is also a kind of out of whack statistic. It's an increase of 800%, and we're about a 350% increase over November of last year. There were two pending last year. So with the 9 that we have now, that's about a 350% increase over last year, which is great. And it's pretty much what we expect to see. Pending sales will continue to increase. What we are seeing also is we're going to see days on market go down quite a bit. We're going to see the number of sales probably increase. And I'm hoping that we're going to see more new listings coming on the market, because inventory is extremely low right now, not only in Stonebridge but throughout Naples and throughout Southwest Florida, which is the next slide. Inventory of homes for sale right now. There are 14 condos for sale in Stonebridge and 0 single family homes. If we compare that to last month, there were 4 single family homes and 14 condos, so a total of 18 homes that were for sale last month. So that's about a 22% decrease right now to the 14 that we have right now. If we go back to November of last year, there were 3 single family homes and 25 condos for a total of 28 pending sales overall. So our pending sales are down about 50% compared to a year ago. I always love this slide, month supply of homes for sale. We call this our absorption rate, and this is where we take the number of homes that are for sale at the end of last month, and then we divide it by the average monthly total sales from the last year. And this is called our absorption rate, and it basically gives us a really good idea of how many homes in a community sell each month. So we have right now, the month supply is 5.1 months for condos and 4.4 overall. Month supply, if you look at a balanced market, is usually about a 6-month supply. It means it's really not a buyer's market or a seller's market. But as you get below 6 months, it becomes a seller's advantage market. And that's what we are in right now. We are seeing properties, as soon as they're put on the market, they're selling very quickly. A lot of times we are receiving multiple offers, and a lot of times also prices are selling above asking price. So you notice that we looked at the percentage of asking price. We're not to that point yet in Stonebridge, but I would imagine, especially season is really starting to kick into high gear. I always look at I'm a complete data nerd, and I watch the real estate statistics all the time. The other indicator that I always look at is the car carriers coming to town. A lot of folks are bringing their cars here from up north in the Northeast or Midwest, and they bring their cars down on car carriers. So I always look outside the communities. The big trucks always stop out and drop off the homeowner's car. So I look at that as a big indicator, and we are seeing those everywhere. I also really love the cars, so I enjoy looking at the cars as they come off as well. But anyway, I do think that our month supply, I would expect it to continue to decrease, even if the number of listings increases, just because people are buying properties rapidly, especially if they're priced right. They're selling so quickly right now. I think what happened throughout the whole pandemic situation is I think a lot of people realized that they were kind of forced to work from home. And I think that a lot of people realized, from what I'm hearing, that they can very easily work from home, and sometimes more efficiently than they could by going to the office. So a lot of people are realizing they can work from home, and if you can do that, why would you not live in paradise? Why not live in Naples if you can work from home anyway? So a lot of people are realizing that. I'm kind kind of going off on a tangent here, but one of the other questions that I always receive after talking about how the market is and how quickly things are selling, people say with how quickly things are selling, and especially with multiple offers and selling above asking price, are we in for a market crash? And to be honest, the last time I saw this is when the market did crash. However, the big difference between then and now is that market crash was all based on funny money. The banks were borrowing money to people with little or no documentation. They were borrowing money to people that they should not have been borrowing to, and they were borrowing more than they should have been borrowing to them. So it put a lot of buyers who became homeowners when they maybe shouldn't have, and especially not the size and price of the homes that they were purchasing. So it put them in a bad position, and that's really what caused the market crash that people talk about at this point. Major difference between then and now: first of all, there is no funny money. The lending policies, procedures, and restrictions have tightened up so much. It's not easy to get financing right now, but it sure is cheap. The interest rates are so incredibly low right now, like nothing we've ever seen before. So, you know, all the elements are there for a perfect storm, and that's, I think, why we're seeing our market go so crazy right now. So month of supply, I always look at that, because if once we get under 6 months supply, we're in a seller's market. So that's why we're seeing multiple offers. That's why we're seeing homes selling for above asking price if they're priced properly to begin with. And I do expect that to continue, and especially as we go into December, January, February, March, which are always really busy months for us to begin with. But I do expect this to be a really busy season again. So I'm going to be putting a couple other videos together just based on a lot of questions I'm getting from people. And a couple of those things are going to be, first of all, if you are making an offer to purchase a property and there are other people making offers as well, how do we win that? We've been incredibly successful with our buyers winning at the negotiation table. And we're pretty tough negotiators, but we also have a lot of things that we have up our sleeve to help you succeed in that as well. So I'm going to be doing some videos talking about the different options that you have that will put you in a more advantageous position than maybe some other buyers that are out there right now. So look for those in the next couple days. We'll be sending those out. And if you like this video and click the bell, you'll be notified anytime we put out new videos. So you'll get notified of those new videos when they come out as well. So keep an eye. You can come to this page anytime you want to. Keep an eye on month supply of homes for sale. That is the biggest indicator that you will ever find as far as if we're in a buyer's market or a seller's advantage market. Okay, another thing I told you, here's showings to pending. This is kind of a really cool statistic that is actually more accurate than you can imagine. But these statistics are tied to our showing system, which is where you, as a realtor, you set up showings electronically, and they are tied to this statistics system so that they can see how many showings it takes. So when a property goes under contract, this system keeps track of how many showings happen prior to that house going pending. So in Stonebridge right now, for a single family home, this is saying on average you need to show your home 19 times before it goes under contract, and 12 times for condos. So sometimes when you're listing your home for sale, you wonder how long it's going to be on the market. I don't think these numbers are probably going to stay this high for much longer, just for what we just talked about the last couple minutes. But the other thing I told you I was going to talk about was how you can find out how Stonebridge Country Club compares to the rest of North Naples. So on this same page that you're on, yourstonebridge.com, and then if you click over to the statistics page, at the end of the graphs, I just put a link right here where it says compare Stonebridge statistics to North Naples overall statistics. So if you click that, it's going to bring you to another page, basically all the same statistics that we just went over, but I did put an indicator in here for North Naples so we can compare those for the applicable statistics. Obviously, new listings, this is for the entire North Naples area, so that's not going to be a good comparison. But if same thing with total closed sales. Obviously, there's hundreds of those in North Naples, but here we can start comparing average days on the market. In Stonebridge, average days on the market, like we talked about earlier, is 13 days. And for North Naples right now, for all property types, the average days on market is 70 days, which is pretty high. Again, this is all averaging out. So, I would expect those numbers to be lower, and especially as we go forward. Here are the closed sale prices, the medium and the average closed sale prices. So Stonebridge is actually ahead of North Naples with our median closed sale price of $610,500. That was also the average closed sale price. And for all of North Naples, the median number is $440,000. And if we go down here to the average number for North Naples was $663,016. So a little bit higher for the average than Stonebridge. Stonebridge again was at $610,500. Here we go to the average percentage of list price paid. 98.8% for Stonebridge and 96.6% for all of North Naples. And incidentally, North Naples statistically is considered to be 34109 zip code, 34110, and 34119. Those three zip codes together are considered North Naples as far as our statistics go. As you can see, we're in a seller's market in all of North Naples, and all of Naples actually. When you look at the entire area, we're at like 3.3 for Naples as a whole. So Stonebridge, we said we're at about 4.4 months of inventory right now, months of supply. And North Naples as a whole has about 3 months, so even less than Stonebridge. And then showings to pending, we're pretty much the same, 15.3 for Stonebridge and 16.1. So it's going to take you that many showings until you go under contract. It's really an interesting statistic, and I've been really surprised with how accurate it is. So something I talked to sellers about when we list their property, just say this is what the past statistics show us, and it really is very accurate. So obviously, if you are looking to sell your home in Stonebridge Country Club, obviously we'd love to help you, but I think the market data tells you that now's a pretty good time to do it. And my recommendation is to probably do it sooner rather than later. If you're thinking about getting your property ready, we have a whole checklist of items that can help you getting your property ready. That season is already rolling, so now really it's almost like an old realtor cliche that they always say it's a great time to sell, even when it necessarily is not. But this obviously is a fantastic time to sell. So we're deeply in a seller's market right now. So obviously, if we can help you in any way, we're super easy to get in touch with. You can text us or call us or email us or go to our website. The number of ways to get in touch. Obviously, if you have any questions at all about this market report, any of this data, if you have questions about purchasing a property in Naples, if you're ready to sell your property in Stonebridge, whatever, any way that we can help you out, we are happy to help you in any way.